This is a little bit of a different video. As you can tell, you're looking at my face. I'm trying out this blurring effect for the first time. I want to talk about something that I don't normally talk about on here because this is something that is been going on underneath all these videos for me, and it's something that's been going on in my personal life that I think is going to focus the direction of this channel. And I didn't realize it was something I needed to articulate until today. It suddenly became urgent. It finally reached a head where I'm like, oh, I need to share this. So while this isn't my normal EDC video, this is going to be important for those of you who watch this channel. Going forward with my personal life and with this channel as best I can, I want to try to focus more on the products that I'm featuring. Or I should say, I want to focus what products I'm featuring on more. So, primarily, if I can, I would love to do mostly, if maybe one day even all, my products American made products. And when they can't be American made products, I'd like for them to be products made in Vietnam or Mexico or Taiwan. I would like to not do products made in China. That's for my personal life too. I'm on a mission to slowly phase out the amount of money I spend on Chinese products. The reason I'm making this video is I want to explain why I'm doing that and why I'm not. Let's start with why I'm not. Why I'm not, or one of the reasons that is not the reason I'm doing this, is a better way to say that, is not because of a dislike for Chinese people. No. Uh, the Chinese people are warm, hardworking people. And I have a tremendous respect for what China has contributed to the world. I mean, noodles, gunpowder. I mean, noodles, I'm half Italian, so that's a pretty big deal. Gunpowder, I live in Texas. It's a pretty big deal. The compass. Pretty much most of the world, America, we wouldn't be here in America if it wasn't for the compass. Two big ones for me: paper and printing. I love books. You guys should know that by now. Paper and printing are huge for me. And the bristled toothbrush is another thing that came from China. If you can imagine what the world was like before people brushed their teeth, we can all take a moment of silence in gratitude for what China has contributed with the bristled toothbrush. And that's nothing to say of the profound philosophies that have come out of China. So, my purpose in not buying and not promoting Chinese products is not an anti Chinese sentiment. Rather, I believe in independence. I believe in the independence of this country in an economic sense. I just find it very strange how much we rely on one other country to produce most of our manufacturing. It's strange, the amount of things we ship from literally halfway around the world to be delivered to our doorstep. Small little things that cost us $1 or $2. We're bringing them all the way across the world. Now, there's reasons why that happened. I'm not going to get into that. I'm not an expert on how that happened. I just know that I love my country, as everybody else loves their country. And I love small town America. And unfortunately, in this country, small town America is dying. I've seen it. Driving state to state to come to Texas, driving through parts of Texas, you can see this part of America, a large portion of America, dying. Dying because the manufacturing is gone. I want my country, I want small town America to thrive again. I want to see these places filled with happy people. I want to see America making and building things that we can hold and touch with our own hands. I want to see that again. But this process, it's not a quick process. It's not something that's going to happen overnight. And it's not something that's going to come top down. This is not something that is going to come from politicians. because they will say anything to get elected, and they will puppet the words of American greatness to their own benefit while sitting on their own hands. The only way that this changes is with us, you and me, us, bottom up, with every dollar we spend. Where we spend our dollar, where we spend each dollar, that determines where we're going to spend our next dollar, and our next dollar, and our next dollar. That doesn't mean it's going to be easy. Like I said, it's going to be slow. It's also not going to be easy, because we're going to have to learn to check labels. I know I am. I've been doing it, and it's really frustrating when you look and you're like, I like that t-shirt. Probably this one I'm wearing right now came from China. And you see it and you're like, everything in here. That's when it starts to really click in. Everything in here is coming from China. Where's the stuff made in America? So we're going to have to start reading labels to see where everything we buy is coming from. We're going to have to start doing research. If we need something and we can't find that product, we have to find if there are American companies that make that product. And if they don't, then we buy from another country to start to spread that manufacturing out across the globe instead of in just one place. Sometimes we're going to have to spend more too. I'll explain that in a second. But the thing is, this change, this revitalization of American manufacturing, it's going to come from us, and it's going to come from hard decisions and long time. But if we don't do it, it's not going to change itself. No one is going to come and fix it and change it for us. The way this works, the idea of this, like I said, it's not fast, because companies out there are struggling. Companies that are American companies that do their manufacturing in China, they're not doing it because they want to. They're doing it because it's cheaper. Because when they put products on the shelves that aren't the same price as the ones coming from China, we don't buy them. That's on us, not on the companies. That's on us. We sacrificed everything else in the name of price. And we have to change that. So as we spend more and more on companies in America, or there's companies like Carhartt who makes as many products as they can in America, but for them it's such a small percentage because they can only afford to do so much. Because bringing factories back, you can't pick up these factories that have been dropped over a decade ago. They're done. So if you're going to bring manufacturing back, you have to build it. And that costs a lot of money. And the only way that these companies are going to have the money to bring manufacturing back to America is if we start buying their stuff. We start allowing them and start encouraging them to do it. It is on us. And over time, it will come back. You see, like I said, little parts of it here and there. We have a factory here now. We have a factory here now. Look at Spyderco, the knife company. I'm pretty sure that they started off making knives in Taiwan, but now they have factories in America. Certain models are made in Taiwan still because that's where the machinery is set up for those knives. Other ones are made here, like the Para 3 is made in Golden, Colorado. Benchmark, another knife company in Oregon. I don't think they ever went overseas. But Benchmark's a little more expensive. Why is it a little more expensive? Because right now, manufacturing in America is more expensive. And it might always be a little more expensive. Let's be honest. We can't make this all rosy. We have to be honest here. Because we pay our workers more. And we give them benefits. And they have workers' compensation. All of these things cost more money than paying somebody overseas who doesn't get any of those things. So, yeah, American goods might always cost a little bit more. But when things are back in our country, we can really start to focus in on value. Maybe it costs a little bit more, but that knife lasted you 20 years. as opposed to the $4 knife you bought that lasted 1 year. These are things we have to consider. And these are things I've been considering. This is something that's been going on for me. I was never really a person to think about these things, as I'm sure a lot of you don't. Even in the EDC community, there's so much of the EDC community that's about putting up American flags behind them in their videos and stuff like that, and they're selling Chinese products. There's a reason for that, because almost everything comes from China. You want to talk about flashlights. Well, where are most of the flashlights everybody are using and coming from? My little knife pack that I got on my waist here, I've got a little Olight on here. Pretty sure that's made in China. Actually, I think it's made in Taiwan, but you get my point. So, with all of that said, I want to clarify my purpose behind this. I wanted to clear up any possible misunderstandings of my purpose on this. I'm not sure how that's going to work for the channel, because this channel has always been and always will be about the things I own and how I'm using them and what I'm thinking about them. And that will continue as I still have many things. I'm not going to go through my house and take away and throw everything away that wasn't made in America. I'd have nothing left in my house. But when possible, as I go forward and I buy things, I'm really, really trying hard to buy American. I bought this SE knife. One of the reasons I bought this SE knife, one that was in my last video, we're going to do a full review of it in a couple weeks. One of the big factors in me deciding was their warranty, quality, and the fact that it was made in America. So I want to start focusing on those. Once again, this is not an anti-message, but this is a pro message. Be proud of what America does now and make more of it. And the way we can do that is by focusing on those products. And I want to try to focus on that more. And as far as my personal life, I'm really, really trying hard. I spent, the other day I was looking for some short sleeve button-ups just to be wearing when it's hot out, but I don't necessarily want to wear a t-shirt. I'm trying to, spruce up my look a little bit, have some collars every once in a while. And I wanted something hardy, so I was looking at work shirts. And all of the well-known work shirts that you know are made in China. So I had to keep searching, and I found some companies I've never heard of that are in America that make work shirts, and I think I'm gonna try, and I'm gonna buy one from each company until I find a shirt that I like, and then maybe I'll buy 4 or 5 shirts from them. And as I go through those processes, those are things that I'm going to bring forward. Here's this company. So, with that said, if you are watching this and you are an American company, or you know somebody's American company, you make the kind of stuff that I cover on this channel, contact me. Tell me about your company. If you want to send over products, you can, and I'll feature them. I'm going to always give an honest review of what I think of it, but I want to feature American companies. I want people to know how many companies out there are making things in America right now. I think it's really important. I really think it's important. And like I said, this process, it won't be easy. There's going to be some sacrifices involved. But if I can find more American companies and more American products and share them with you guys, then it makes that process just a little bit easier. Just a little easier. As a matter of fact, before we end this, I got a message recently on YouTube, company wanting to work with me. And first thing I did, this was literally an hour ago. First thing I did was find this company. What products do they make? Oh, okay, yeah. Kind of some rugged wallets and some, doesn't matter. I don't want to out who the company is necessarily. Next thing I did was try to find out where the company is. And there's nothing on the website that I could find. I'm looking. The FAQ doesn't say anything about this. None of these are a good sign. Finally, I found the contact page, Shenzhen, China. So I replied to them. As much as part of me wanted, this is still such a small channel, wanted to put myself in a position where I'm working with companies, I had to say, no, thank you. I'm trying very hard not to work with companies based in China. Sacrifice. That's what it takes. So hopefully this hits you guys right. Hopefully I've articulated myself well enough that this doesn't sound like some crazy racist rant or something like that. That's not what this is in any way. It's just about wanting to see the parts of this country that are dying come back to life. And I think every country in the world should be the same way. I would love to live in a world where every country is thriving. I don't know if that's possible. I don't even know if it's possible for the whole of a country to thrive, but it's a damn good thing to work towards. So hopefully you guys are with me on this. If you are, leave comments. It's not about boosting this channel or anything like that. Leave comments so other people know that other people are thinking about these things. Or if it's something you've never thought about before, let other people know that now you're thinking about this and how you feel about it. And maybe more people will see the video and this idea, and other makers will come out. And I'm sure some already have. I doubt I'm the first to ever say this. I doubt it very seriously. So hopefully this is just a piece of, I'm just one tiny domino in a momentum that's moving forward. So thanks for watching this. I know it's a little bit different. I'll be back with the review of my Bull & Stash Market Notebook made in America. And see you later.